What up, y'all? It's your boy Ev Lamore, aka Uncle Ev, and you are tuned in to Eclectic Perceptions. I know it's been a while since y'all have seen me or heard from me. Obviously, my settings have changed. I moved, hence a big reason for the hiatus. Life has definitely been lifing at a life-size scale, but it's been all good things, and the important thing now is we're back, we're better than ever, and we're going to have a lot more content for y'all coming in 2024. And obviously, I had to make my return for this debacle that's going on between Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. It's been a long time coming. There's been a lot of underlying jabs thrown, mostly Megan's way from what I've seen. Honestly, it's kind of crazy the way Nicki Minaj's whole legacy now has become her just beefing with whatever up-and-coming female rapper doesn't just worship the ground that she walks on, shine her shoes, and all of the above. I don't even know what the reason is for her and Megan to have beef other than her being cool with Cardi B. Obviously, I've heard hiss. That's kind of unavoidable at this point. Initially, my thoughts on the record were, I like the bars, I like the beat, but I didn't necessarily like them together. I felt like the beat was kind of a standard beat that Meg would hop on and do her, regular Meg bounce flow thing over. But I felt like for the content that she was coming with in the bars and really addressing everybody that's just been throwing shit on her name, I felt like it needed a harder beat initially. But as I've listened to it more and more, the pairing of the two has started to grow on me, and the fact that she was able to release it as a single and now it's number one, it makes sense because she played it smart. She was general enough with the jabs that they could apply to whoever they need to apply to, because she didn't say any names, and honestly, so many people have been on this anti-Meg train that it would be a lot of names to address if she started naming names. But I feel like she did a great job of making it direct enough that whoever the bars applied to, they were gonna know it's about them. And then they had the choice of either just staying quiet or being a hit dog that's gonna holler. And obviously, Nicki has been hollering nonstop for like a week and a half now. And it's crazy because the majority of her bars on the song wasn't even for Nicki. I feel like Drake got more bars than her. Tory's fanboys got more bars than her. The Twitter niggas that's just anti-Meg and they don't even know why, they got more bars than Nicki. Nicki really only got a couple of jabs. Now, granted, they were very potent jabs. That Megan's Law bar was crazy. Like, when I heard it, I didn't know what Megan's Law was. I'd heard the term before, but I didn't remember what it actually meant. But when I looked it up, I was just like, yeah! That was a masterful, like, Pusha T level jab, because it just gets into the psyche of Nicki and really like twist the knife in a way that's very specific to her, but also like very subliminal. Like, Jay's really good at bars like that. Pusha T is really good at bars like that. Drake honestly is good at bars like that. And it was a really well done jab on Megan's part. Now, this video is gonna be a little different because I haven't heard Nicki's song yet. So I'm just gonna do a live reaction for y'all and give my just unbiased, unfiltered opinion. I have seen people talking about it, and the reception that I've seen has not been positive at all. It's either been Barbz, who they're not really a reliable source because they're gonna be down for Nicki regardless, but the only way the Barbz content has been getting on my TL has been because people that I follow have been quote tweeting them and telling them how delusional they are. So from what I've seen, the response has been overwhelmingly negative. But I have liked things that the masses didn't like before, so I'm going to approach this as unbiased and neutral as I can, and just go into it with an open mind and see what my honest reaction is to it. So let's see. Okay, so starting off, it's bad, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I heard about some of these bars on Twitter, but I hadn't heard the actual bars. Like, I saw when Megan announced her deal with Warner Music Group, I saw somebody say that now Nicki's bar about buying her catalog didn't age well. And while that is true, I'm going to just judge it off the time when she dropped the song. And I'll say that was a decent jab. Obviously, Megan has had her whole turmoil with her label, not trying to pay her, and, you know, all the, you know, drama there. And while that is a fucked up situation, and I feel for her, and, you know, I hope that she comes out on top, and I think that she will. On Nicki's side, from her perspective, that is a good jab to use against her. So that's a nice flex. Now, obviously, Nicki's not a Jay-Z where she can afford to do that, because Nicki's money's passing through a few hands before it gets to her too, obviously. But that's not the point. The point is the bar was good. Now, these bars about her mom are, I'm not gonna lie, they're nasty. How you fuck your mother, man, when she died? I hadn't heard anything even hinting at that about Megan, so for her to just, you know, put that on her jacket is kind of crazy. How you go on Gayle King Can't Cry? I mean, she did cry, didn't she? I mean, this is the thing. Like, we say that there's no rules in rap and in rap beef. So, am I a hypocrite for saying that the Pusha T bars when he was talking about tick tick tick, how much time he got, he's sick sick sick, that didn't really bother me, but this does? I don't know. At least when Push had the whole, you know, how much time he got, he's sick 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 bars about 40. 140 wasn't dead, and 2, the way he did it was still dope. And Drake went there first with speaking on families and shit. And I guess Meg did speak on Nicki's family first, because she talked about her husband, but your husband's a fucking rapist, so, like, what the fuck do you want us to do? On the one hand, you're questioning whether or not she's telling the truth about the whole shooting, but then on the flip side, you're using the fact that she did get shot against her and calling her Bigfoot. So it's like, which is it? And this is the same logic that a lot of niggas on Twitter that are Tory stans and Meg haters use. So it tracks, but it's just like not the most effective jab to me. Her throwing the Megan's Law thing in there, like, you didn't really address the bar. Oh, you're talking about my husband being a sex offender, and you counter that with, for a free beat, you can hit Megan Raw. Like, you're not really combating what she said, which, I mean, her options are few, because she really can't combat that, because the court records are what they are. But it's still like, didn't really land to me. Now, taking out the Megan's Law part, the bars themselves about, you know, for a free beat, you could hit Megan Raw. If you're a ghostwriter, party in Megan Jaw. It's elementary. Typical, you know, slut shaming type bars. Do I believe that it's true? No, but it's rap beef, so it don't necessarily have to be true. It just has to be effective jabs. Were these effective? If you don't like Megan, now the bad bitch, she like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. Bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot. Again, the fact that she's using Megan getting shot against her is cringe and, you know, not my cup of tea. But I'm not gonna lie, the way she delivered it, the bitch fell off, get up on your good foot, it was kind of funny. What she said wasn't funny, but the delivery was entertaining. But still, nothing has matched the energy of Hiss yet to me. Like, Hiss, it was effective jabs out the gate, and it was nothing but throughout the whole song. This, it's like a couple bars that was like, alright, but nothing that really like popped you in your mouth yet. I don't know. Let's see. You was lying to the queen and you been lying to the king. Yeah, the 30-year-old too so stale. Bomb, I need a good alcohol bar. No, wait, that is the bar. Like a bodybuilder, I keep raising bar. You get shot with no scar. Alright, like, this is... She's not even rhyming at this point. Like, this is bad, y'all. Like, this is very, very cringe. You was lying to the queen and you went lying to the king. Gail, the 30-year-old tea so stale. Kind of kicked you out and made you stumble to the car. Barbz need a bit. Like, you're asking your fans for help with your bars. What part of the game is that? Like a bodybuilder, I keep raising the bar. Fuck, you get shot with no scar. But you was just calling her Bigfoot. So, did she get shot or not? This little piggy toxic, somebody adopted. She'll get dark like chocolate. This is like mind-numbing at this point. And we're not even halfway through the song. Got you all them Grammys, but your flow still a no. With a fiasco, Lupe, future man, you pay. She wanna party with the baby while rubbing a Tory toupee. I guess she need the money bags for the song. She cheap. Alright, so the party with the baby while rubbing on Tory toupee, that was funny, but it's like, why did Tory have to catch a stray? If you're supposed to be pro-Tory and your whole argument is that Megan lied on Tory, why he had to catch a stray about the toupee? Oh my God! And they got you all them Grammys, but your flow still a no. What a fiasco, Lupe. Like, why does Lupe even tie into the song? Like, this is like middle school, high school level bars at this point. Like, I could write this shit. And I'm not even a rapper. And the 30-year-old tea so stale, like, I guess that's about her husband and his sex offender conviction, his rape conviction. And it's like, one, a rape conviction is not tea. Like, that's a felony. And it's not stale because it keeps getting brought back up. Partially because you won't leave the victim alone. Like, wasn't she and her husband like harassing the victim to try to get her to recant her story or whatever? But like, it's stale. She's making light of something that is very serious. And again, she chose to marry him. So if somebody's going to bring up the fact that this happened, she doesn't really have a whole lot of options to like have a comeback against it, because the court records are black and white. It is what it is. But it's still like, it just doesn't land to me. The better option would have been to just not make the song at all at this point. But here we are. It's just getting worse and worse. Like, okay, I guess she needed money bags from the Trey song. She G-Eazy, Carl made a crawl for it. Like, more just standard run-of-the-mill slut-shaming shit that a Twitter nigga could come up with. Like, as talented as I know Nicki is, she could come harder than these, like, schoolyard level bars. Like, this is whack. And that she just mad that no nigga ever loved her. No nigga gonna stand 10 toes behind her. Like, this is 2000s movie, mean girl, antagonist in a movie level bars. Like, ugh. Like, is it my fault I got a good vagina? Why the fuck is you humping on a minor? Now, I don't know what this bar is in reference to. Was Meg ever, like, giving a minor a lap dance or something? I don't know, but I know wasn't there a video of Nicki at a concert giving a young boy a lap dance? So it's like pot meat kettle. And then for Nicki to have her own history with, you know, doing immoral things to minors with her husband, her brother, it's like, why is that the bar? Why did you think that was the bar? I felt like this for a while, but I feel like Nicki has way too many yes men around her, because somebody should have pulled her to the side and been like, keep this one in the files. And then she was lying on her dead mama and just saying it over and over. Like, it just gives very villain, and not in a good way. Again, it's in a like 2000s B-movie mean girl type of way. And what does she even lie on her mama about? I don't know. Either way, it's very like very tactless, and like speaking ill on the dead is just, you know, I know there's no rules in rap beef. I get that. But outside of that, just on a personal level, speaking ill on somebody's dead relative, their mother no less, is just you're playing with fire. And on top of that, it's not even landing.
Listen up, Bigfoot. You know I got a lot of tea. How many easy are you?
Even on like a vocal delivery standpoint, like she just sounds very slurred, very sloppy, like not sharp like we're used to Nicki sounding. This literally comes off like an IG Live rant in song form. It's just not good. And it's not helping her beat these drug allegations either. And then for her to talk about Meg having an evil spirit is like, where's the self-awareness? And then to say like, I got a lot of tea, I went easy on you, da da da. It comes off like she's bluffing. Like, she knows she don't really got a whole lot of legs to stand on. She don't really got a lot of ammo in her bag. So she's just throwing shit at the wall that she knows that the Barbz are going to eat up, and hoping that Meg don't respond. Which, honestly, I don't think that she will, and I don't think that she should. I think that his should be the last song where she addresses any of the bullshit that's been going on surrounding her name. And then from here on out, just focus on making good music and having fun and living her best life. But Nicki obviously is going to use that as she, didn't want to respond because she knew that I could come harder, and like I was just trying to, take it easy on her. For what? Why would you take it easy on her when she spoke on your husband and that's so egregious to you? Like, why would you spare her?
And also I'd like to say to my supporters, I love you. May God bless you. You're amazing. All the good put together too, yes. But the things that you've lied about.
Wait, is she literally just gonna rant the rest of the song?
Even pertaining to your mom.
Like, is this literally just gonna be an IG live, a Queen Radio session for the rest of the track? Are you dead ass? I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Nicki's not beating these cokehead allegations. I'm sorry to all the Barbz out there. I know this is your fave. I know that you would live and die for this woman. And I'm not trying to antagonize y'all, but somebody in her camp has to pull the parachute for this lady, because this is not good. She's literally crashing out in front of us, and it's cool. This is, for somebody who had the setup to be a legend, she's going out really sad, and it's of her own doing. So how bad can you really feel for her? I heard the song was bad, obviously, and I tried to come into it with an open mind, but somehow this was worse than I ever could have expected. Just to give my final thoughts, Megan, I don't think, needs to respond again after this, because honestly the track was some bullshit. Overall, there was no heavy hitters as far as bars go. Nothing even worth it would be like responding to somebody that is having a drunk rant outside your house, or outside your mansion. That's really the dynamic that we got here. She won as far as having the better song, and she's been winning ever since. On Megan's side, she followed up with signing the deal with Warner Music Group, getting the song to #1 on Billboard and on Apple Music, and still continuing to be a media darling. Meanwhile, Nicki is getting blasted on daytime news, and apparently her dancers aren't trying to come to the tour because she isn't trying to pay them or isn't trying to give them the contract, and the tour itself is up in the air as far as being, canceled. She's going on Twitter asking for people to come audition as background singers. It's just not a good look on the music side or on the media side. So really, Meg already won. What I'm interested to see is if Drake or anybody else that Meg had bars for is gonna respond. I doubt they will, but we'll see. But overall, this song was just very cringe. A lot of pot meat kettle bars, with the talking about Meg allegedly having lipo when Nicki obviously is no stranger to the scalpel. Talking about the whole, doing whatever with minors when look at Nicki's whole family tree. And on top of that, the song just wasn't pleasing to the ear. The bars wasn't hitting. It just was a train wreck through and through. I venture to say this is the sloppiest that I've ever heard Nicki on a song. Hopefully, she will course correct, or somebody on her team will help her course correct, because she's literally spiraling out in front of us in 4K, and nobody's trying to stop it, from what I can tell. But all right, y'all, this has been another episode of Eclectic Perceptions. If you like what you saw here, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Any support definitely means a lot. And go ahead and throw your opinions in the comments on the song and this whole beef. What your thoughts on it are? Do you agree with me? Do you like Nicki's song better? Let me know in the comments. Thank you again for the support, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.